Hello everyone, my name is Roya, and today I'm going to be recommending you some books about bands. So the thing is, I don't read a whole lot of books about bands because I was involved in music for like 5 years, both as a band member and as crew and management, and I swear to God's like one huge pet peeve of mine in books is putting characters that are in bands in the book for no reason just because it's cool, or even if it does have a significant bearing on the plot, it's still basically just because it's cool, and that just bothers me so much because it's not cool. It's not just cool. It is so different from what people typically think. And like when I was first in a band, people like suddenly thought I was cool, and I was like, dude, I've been working for this band for a year and a half and I was cool then too. Why am I suddenly cool now? Like, I'm not cool. I'm not any cooler than I already was. Go away, basically. And so when bands and books are kind of just automatically depicted as cool, it just irks me so bad, and it's annoying as heck. So I don't read a whole lot of books about bands, and then especially the reasoning for my second band kicking me out like hurt me really bad, so I just flat out stopped playing music, so I still just like did not read books about bands at all, and I still will not read books about bands even though I am playing music again, so it's ridiculous. So I do, however, have some faves that I want to share with you guys that are about bands that are really amazing. The first two I'm going to talk about are contemporaries, and basically I love these books because the authors actually really are writing what they know, like they really know what they're talking about. And then the third one that I have to recommend you guys is actually a horror book, so it's like so weird that it doesn't really matter that it's about a band. That doesn't like bother me, and it's not trying to depict it as cool at all. In fact, none of these books are depicting bands as just some cool thing that in some way that just kills me. So anyway, let's just get started after that like rant. So the first book that I have to recommend to you guys today is The Haters by Jesse Andrews, and this is about three kids who meet at jazz camp and they really just want to play rock, so they ditch jazz camp, they just like leave and go on tour like really spontaneously. They don't have any kind of actual act put together, they don't even have a band name, so they like change their name every 5 seconds, like every time they go somewhere trying to play somewhere they change their name because they don't have a name. They have some songs, but like that's about it. So this is written so hilariously. Jesse Andrews actually was a bass player in bands and stuff, so like clearly he's writing what he knows, and you can kind of tell, you can really tell. So naturally, as you can imagine, these three kids get the crappiest gigs ever because they're literally just driving around for like looking for a place to play, so they play at like a Chinese restaurant and all this random crap, and it's so funny. And the whole book is just written in such a hilarious way. Like there's this whole montage of like times where they show up somewhere saying, can we play here, and the ways in which they like ask to play there is just so funny, and it just cracks me up. Like I laughed the entire time I was reading this book because so much of it is like so true and hilarious. And then there's all this witty banter when they're like driving along looking for their next show, and they're trying to come up with a band name because they still don't have one that they're sticking with at all, and like all the reasons why each other's suggestions get shot down by the others is so funny. And like for instance, the main character suggests like, what about Air Horse? I've always thought Air Horse would be a great band name, and then his best friend is like, no, because that totally makes me think of that all the songs are about horses, and I don't like songs that are about horses, and then it also makes me picture the singer as a horse, and that's just stupid, and blah blah blah. And then like way later in the book he doesn't even remember saying that, so and that cracked me up even more. It's just a great, fantastic book, and I seriously cannot recommend it enough. The next one that I'm going to recommend to you guys is For the Record by Charlotte Huang. This is about a band that's actually like fairly, you know, semi-famous and whatnot, and they lose their lead singer, so they have to pick a new singer, and she was basically chosen to be in this band because she was on this like fictional American Idol show, and she was not the band's first choice, she was the label's first choice, so there's a little bit of resentment there, and it basically follows like her going on tour with this band when like obviously the fans don't like her because she's replacing like the beloved lead singer and all that stuff, so it's super weird and really interesting, something, and the author actually is married to some industry professional of some kind, so, and you can tell that she knows her stuff. Like, she knows all about how you can't, like, take a shower on a tour bus and all those other details where someone who, like, wouldn't know that, who, like, didn't do their research wouldn't know. And there is a lot of, like, some parts of this seem a little bit far-fetched because there is a whole lot of, like, we don't want to, you know, be advertising a bunch of unrelated shit, like, whatever, we just want to make our art, blah, 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 when, like, you would think that a band that's gotten to that level has gotten past that and isn't gonna, like, break up over, oh no, you're trying to use us to advertise fucking deodorant or whatever. So that seemed kind of weird. There's some stuff in it that makes me kind of go, like, really? But it is a young adult novel, and of course, like, so it totally does kind of make sense that the emphasis would be on make your damn art and, like, don't let people sell you out kind of thing, so it makes sense. But anyway, it is a really good book, and yeah, you should definitely check it out. The only thing that, like, ruins it for me, kind of, is this really annoying love triangle that's not really a love triangle because you know that she's with the wrong person kind of deal. But, like, ignore that part. Ignore that part, and it's a fantastic book. The last book that I'm going to tell you guys about today is We Sold Our Souls by Grady Hendrix. This is a horror novel. It's an adult book, not YA. Just, you know, for you YA readers out there, it might be slightly weird if you never read stuff like this. But anyway, this is a fantastic book and I love it. It's super weird. So this is about a girl who is playing lead guitar in a heavy metal band that's, like, you know, they're getting famous and whatnot, and then the singer decides to, like, ditch all his band members and, like, go do his own thing. And it turns out, like, so then, like, years later, this chick is, like, not allowed to play music anymore because she signed something, so she's just, like, working at some dead-end job and all this stuff. And then she finds out that that singer had actually, like, sold all of their souls to, like, in order to get what he got, essentially. And that he's continuing to sell people's souls because he can't come up with shit by himself without his band. So, like, it's super weird and it's really paranormal and really creepy. This book is beautiful, it's terrifying, it's fucking weird, and I love it. So, yeah. So anyway, those are my 3 recommendations that I have for you guys today. Please let me know if you have a book about music or a band or anything in general that you love, and because I would love to check it out if I haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching this completely random, out of the blue, I guess, video, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!